صل على محمد صل على محمد. In the honor of the Imam of our time, say Salawat loudly. La In the honor of the Sayyida Salamullah Alaiha, say Salawat again. Salli. At the last but not the least, the master of the commanders, Amir al-Mu'mineen, say Salawat Muhammad. Before I start the proceedings, thank you very much. That introduction which you gave it to me, truly I don't deserve that. It is just a humble request, being a student of the school of Ahlul Bayt. Everybody is bound to do whatever he can do or she can do for the propagation of the true Islam of the last messenger in this universe. Either by achieving some technical skills, by professional skills, or pursuing a knowledge or a degree in any field of life or any walk of life. Okay. And we are as thirsty as the angels are for the appearance of our Imam of our time. And we would like to say these words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take us in the court of our Imam of our time, so we can become either the Mahajar or the Ansar or the supporter of Imam of our time, being a significant force and specialist, truly distinguished from the others in Islamic era. Another prayer is that you all need to say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, we are thankful the parents you have given to us, they are associated with the school of Ahlul Bayt. Look about those children who are outside of this mosque. They are children, they are as innocent as you are, but their parents are taking them away from Ahlul Bayt, and their end wouldn't be as glorified, as beautiful, as guaranteed as you are going to have, because you are associated with the Ahlul Bayt who are selected by Almighty Allah Subhanallah Ta'ala. Say Salat Muhammad. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم الرسول النبي الأمي الهاشمي المكي المدني سيدنا شفينا طبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم محمد صلى والسلام على أمير المؤمنين وإمام المتقين وقاتل المشركين وسيدة النساء العالمين صلوات والسلام على الحسن الحسين السيد الشباب أهل الجنة وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين ولعنة الله أعدائهم أجمعين. أما بعد فقد قال الله تعالى وتبارك في كلام المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا أوفوا بالعقود صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلى الله عليه وسلم. Dear students and respected teachers, administration, my daughters and fellows, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are blessed with the shortest verse of the Quran, which is known as the chapter from Al-Ma'idah. Al-Ma'idah means the spread one. It has four classical Arabic Oriental meaning, and one by one we will try to learn. Number one meaning, Ma'idah means Dastarkhan, a mat which has a variety of a food. That's the first meaning. Second meaning, Al-Ma'idah, the chosen one, the mat for the specialist food. That's number two. And number three, a food which is being guaranteed either in preparation or as a host of Masum. That's number three. Number four, Al-Ma'idah also classifies in Arabic literature according to Abul Fazl al-Subhan, Arabic Oriental's grammarian and composition specialist. The mat with the food followed by a message. The mat with the food followed by a message. So you remember when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's uncle, very famous uncle, do you know the Prophet's uncle's name who happened to be a father of Ali the Great? Do you know? Come on. When I was you, I often forget it. Yeah? Yes, Hazrat Abu Talib. And what was his real name? Abu Talib means a father of Talib. What was his real name? Okay, let's try. Is there anybody whose name starts with letter I? Anybody's name starts with the letter I? Is there anybody whose Imran is here? Nobody?
Imran's son is here.
Imran is not there. Okay, so we request to the parent in the court of Allah, may Allah give you another son and put the name Imran. So his real name is Imran. But he was known as Abu Talib. Talib was his eldest son. So he became popular in Arabic culture, father of Talib. So that's why he's Abu Talib. It was the house of Abu Talib. A special mat or dastarkhan was arranged, and for the introductory message of Islam, Prophet became the speaker and Hazrat Abu Talib became the organizer, host, and the guardian of the messenger. All three. Host, guardian, okay? And the one thing which you also need to understand very carefully, when you go to school, in the break time, okay, all teachers say, guys, we have a lunch break. Do you have your lunch with you? Or you are on a school dinner? Do they ask you? Yeah? Or sometimes you write down and then you come back and you ask the parents, Mom, Dad, put some money in my bank, okay? And what is your bank? You pay something for your dinner. But there are many students who don't pay anything. They say, no, we've been given as a free dinner. We are entitled to have. So these were the two types of people. One who were entitled, another one who were have to pay for that. So Hazrat Abu Talib arranged that dinner for the propagation of the introduction of the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Prophet didn't ask for any money. Hazrat Abu Talib didn't ask for any money. It was a free of cost dinner. Only one condition. Hazrat Abu Talib was to pay for the dinner. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. He has to pay for the dinner. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he has to pay for the dinner. Only one condition. That is, he that we have to listen the message of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a prophet. That was a one condition. People ignored it on the first day, second day, third day. But on the day number 4, Prophet became a little bit anxious. And he inquired from uncle, "Oh my uncle, these people come, they enjoy the feast, they take lovely food, they take your blessings. But every time when I start speaking and about to start, they do something very, very unceremoniously. And then I had to stop my lecture. And then they leave the place." Then Hazrat Abu Talib said, "Oh my son, let them come next time and let me handle it. It was your order. Now I'm going to use my order." So Hazrat Abu Talib put the order. And this time he changed it. He said, "First you need to listen the message of my nephew, and then the food will be served." Sometimes teachers do, you remember that? In your madrasa? We'll give you the candy after if you tell us what was the lesson of the last week. They do? Do they? Oh, you got very good teachers, yeah? They don't? They don't? Oh my goodness. I had a very bad teacher, honestly. When I was studying, they used to say, "Hammad, first you do this thing, then you get ice cream." Do they give you ice cream in madrasa? No? Very sad. So next, these are the days of celebration. They need to arrange ice cream for everyone. Only for those who are 10 years old or less than 10 years. Not for everyone. Yeah. You will get, yeah? True? Good. Exactly Hazrat Abu Talib did the same thing. "I will give you al-halwiyatul arabiyya. I will give the sweet of Arab. But you need to listen the message." People were really fond of eating. And then Prophet delivered a message successfully. And then people left it. So when people who were eating that mat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used that mat as a witness in Quran. And that became as a chapter, which is called Al-Ma'idah. The mat, the spread one. An interesting thing is that this is the chapter which is revealed 3 times in the history of Islam. One at the time of the introduction of the message, which is called Dawat al-Ashira, and after the message of Hum Ghadir, where from the same chapter from the Quran, Al-Yawm Akmaltu Lakum Dinakum, that famous verse came, and Allah says, "O Messenger, your religion has been perfected." I would slightly disagree with those translations where people say, "Your religion has been completed." No, it has been perfected. Completion is used in adjective era where something is carrying a weakness. Islam was not carrying any weakness. The completion, like a fill in the blanks. You do in a school, yeah? Right or wrong, do this thing, do this thing. That is called to complete something. But Islam was not carrying any weakness. But Islam was made perfect, means a perfection. Islam touched the perfection when the wilaya of allegiance, Amirul Mu'minin, was declared in the field of Ghadir. So from there we took the chapter. And now let's go for the meaning. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, those who have believed in Allah, in Quran, in Apostle, in His angels, and on the day of the judgment. You the Muslims, you the Mu'min, you the believers, awfu bil akud, awfu, the covenant which you made the promise, bil akud, those you did with Allah. What? The chapter is taking you back when you were eating the food in the house of Abu Talib. You made the promise to Abu Talib and to the messenger of God. Then you need to remember that, oh Muhammad, we will follow your religion. We promise. But now this is the time, same chapter is asking you, stood up in the field of Ghadir for 3 days. People were coming, kissing the hands of Amir al-Mu'mineen and showing what? The allegiance. We will be loyal to you, we will be loyal to your message, and we are the slave of your institution which has Allah provided from the Baytul Ula. Everybody. It took 3 days. There were so many people. 126,000 people were there. 3 days, day and night, the allegiance continued. 3 days. Is okay, Allah? Say Salawat Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Did he bring a candy for you? No? No worries. Okay. That's no good sign. Always instruction, yeah? I agree with you. But you know, sometimes instructions are important. When the teacher says, be silent, listen it carefully. Okay, so for these are 10, 15 minutes more. Okay. From here we are going to this one now. After a few years, a tragedy of Karbala happened. And in the Ghadir Khum, there were children as well, ladies as well. How they were taking the bayah, very interesting. There was a curtain, and curtain was arranged. When the female were coming to have allegiance, so the first lady who took the bayah of Amirul Mu'mineen's Wilaya was the Sayyida Fatima Salamullah Alaiha. How was it happening? Under the curtain, there was a big jar filled up with the water. Ladies are coming one by one, other side of the curtain. They are putting a right hand in the jar in the water, and on other side Amirul Mu'mineen is there, and Ali put hand in the water as well, and then Ali Salam recites the kalama Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah Aliyyum Waliyullah Basir Rasulullah wa Khalifatahu bila fasl. And then the lady takes out the hand, and bayah is done. So this was the style which Sayyida Fatima set it for the rules for the ladies. We got the lesson from here. What? If my daughters are there, you're sitting in a unit system here, whenever you have any situations, make sure that you try to pure yourself under the rules of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Okay. Now, I touched a little bit Ghadir Khum. Now we are going to the role of children in Ghadir, and then the role of youth in Karbala. Last 10 minutes is okay? What is the time for the Salah? So the 10 minutes more is okay. In Ghadir, we have like a 4 groups of children. One who were quite young, okay, so much young, they were called as a man. Please, look at me, right? Okay. They were called as a minor. So the babies were carried by their mothers. They were not able to speak, but they were able to listen something. Then those who were a little bit toddlers, they were in this one group. Group number 2, who can walk, who can run, just like you. Okay, that's a group. It was the very first time the majority of the Muslims saw when the youth entered into ibadah on the day of Ghadir in a collective picture. Very first time Imam presented the order of the rules of ibadah for the children in salah, in dua, okay, in respecting the parents, the rules and regulation of upbringing for the parents as well. Imam had a separate khutbah, and Sayyidah Fatima did 7 short descriptions for the female side. 7 different types. In 3 days, 7 different. I will choose one of them. What Sayyidah did it, Sayyidah said, okay, you the mothers and the children, you the daughters and the mothers, and those who were young. Sayyidah made a different group. 1, 2, 3. Number 1, what Sayyidah Salamullah did it. Sayyidah said, remember, for a mother, it is a compulsory when you recite obligatory salah at home or here. You need to have your children with you. If you don't have children with you, Allah will ask you on which condition did you leave your children and not included into the salah ibadah. Regardless, children know the salah or not, but they need to follow you. That's the number 1. Number 2, then Sayyidah said, you my daughters. Sayyidah said, you my daughters, the teenage daughters. You are the blossoms of the family of Ahlul Bayt. You are the flowers. Your fragrance should be around you with the character of al-purity. Al, this is a Hebrew word. It got translated in Greek as well and in English as well. English is simply like, we call it the purest. What is the simple meaning of the purest? Is that your hijab starts from your eyes and from your walk. Allahu Akbar. You, my daughters, your hijab should appear from your eyes and from your walk. The way you walk. Sayyidah did a drill over there in order to show to all mothers and the teenagers how to walk and how to look at things. Sayyidah was full of academic entrepreneurial approach. She knew it. The time is coming when the daughters have to face many university things. Mothers are saying. And what Sayyidah said? Okay? Upheld the virtues of the personal characteristics which you learn from the school of the teachings of Ahlul Bayt. At every cost, even your parents become enemy of you. Stay with the Ahlul Bayt. Try not to be disturbing point of view for your parents. One day they will accept it because you're on the righteous path. Number 2, Sayyidah said, you my teenage daughters, in your special days, remember the tasbih of astaghfirullah as many times as you can do. Why? The devil forces, the negative vibes will go away from you. Keep reciting the tasbih of astaghfirullah. And once you pass on those special days, mothers are instructed, give a sadaqah of your daughter. Even a single piece of bread will be sufficient. Unfortunately, we have lost this tradition. We don't do it. But this is the message for today. You should take it. For mothers, for daughters as well. Okay. Then the next Sayyidah said, for those daughters who are about to be married, where the age is coming for a marriage, remember, according to the rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are bound to learn the duties and the rights, how to live with the life of a husband. Learn it before you get married. Learning after the marriage will not help you. So we are on another way. We don't teach our daughters and sons before the marriage. We say, okay, no problem. You will learn when the time will go on. And then when the disasters come, and then we try nothing but repentance. And that shows us our academic ignorance. We did not follow the message of Ahlul Bayt in a true spirit and letter. Now, in Karbala, the youth, you have four admirers. You have four leaders. One, as an infant. Second, Hazrat Muslims' sons. Third, you have Hazrat Imam Hassan's son, Hazrat Abdullah, who brought his neck over the neck of Imam Hussein on the day of the Ashura, when his neck was slaughtered before his uncle's neck. What is that? All children in Karbala, they were thirsty, they were hungry, but they found the spirituality in the guidance of Sayyidah Zainab Salamullah Alaiha. How we can sustain. Some of you will be starting what? Observing fasting. These are the days. Do the half fast. If you cannot observe the full, prepare your body and follow your father and mother for your prayer. And even sometime if parents forget, set your timetable in a room. Dad, mom, brother, sister, this is the time of prayer. This is the time for salah. Say salawat Muhammad wa alayhi. Can you believe it? Salli Muhammad. Last point. And after that we will have a question answer if you have. What lesson I can learn as a youth of the school of Ahlul Bayt? It's not there in a life, you cannot achieve anything. No good grades in school, no good grade in college, no good grades in university. Uncle, teacher, it's very difficult to be disciplined. I need some entertainment. Of course, we need entertainment as well. But be a discipline in order to make your Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happy for you. And say thank you. Right. Then number 2, after the discipline, and that is called what? Be a good follower of Ahlul Bayt. Once you become disciplined, you will find how to be a disciplined in life. The teachings of Ahlul Bayt. You see, you stay in school 9 till 3:30. You have the time now. This is the time for English, for literacy, for maths and all these things. Why don't you plan your holidays going in Iran, going in Iraq, Sweden, Denmark, no problem. Explore the world, but in a very disciplined style. Okay, that's one way. But the condition is, if you bring good grades in school and you bring good grades in your madrasa, this integration will help you to be a good student of Ahlul Bayt. Approach number 3. It is also very important for everyone, including myself. First, I need to teach to myself as well. Am I ready to sacrifice something about myself for the sake of community, for the sake of our children? This one. You need to show yourself. For example, these are the teenagers, the college boys, or maybe A-level, O-level studies, right? Okay. Have you set the target for yourself, or just only, no, Dad, don't worry, I will pass it. I'm getting good grade. Teachers are saying every time. There is no teacher in the UK who says, no, your son is bad. Everyone knows your son is great. His performance is lovely. I got the same report for my son. I went to school. I said, tell me something negative about my son. And the teacher was looking at me. Are you the real dad of this boy? I said, yes. I'm not a fostering parent. Okay? But tell me something bad. Don't you observe anything bad, any weakness in this? No. He's very disciplined, very polite. He always presents his work on time. Regular. Stereotyping. Just like for every child, this is published in every school. No. You know it by yourself. He didn't do the homework appropriately. Yeah. This is your average grade. This is your target grade. This is your desk grade. If you are the followers of Ahlul Bayt, your Imam was a top on the list of the knowledge. How can you claim you are on very low, your Imam is on very high, and your target is very low? Just, Mama will pass it. We don't need pass. The time is gone now. In every specialty, for the teachers as you, the statistics department for the education and research, the report is being published for the scholars. Average employability is going to be increased from 2024 to 2029 for 4 years. Average employability. Why? Because a lot of students are bringing only the average grades and employers are not happy. You don't need to be average. If you are studying only for average, it's a better. Go somewhere else. Where? Learn some skills in a garage instead of wasting the time. But I'm not of the view. I'm not disappointed. I still feel you can do it. One parent, last example, one parent with 3 children came to your 6th Imam. Maula, I have so many problems. The youngest one is naughty, the middle one is goof, and the eldest one is so intelligent. 6th Imam. Imam said, you can leave the children, you go away. And Imam had a discussion. Imam asked a question. What is your favorite food? Imam raised the food. And one by one. You know who was the naughty one? Imam said, I really love your naughtiness. He said, really? Yes. But my parents don't love it. Then Imam replied, being naughty is not a bad. But being disrespectful, that's very bad. So you need to go back and think, were you naughty? Or were you naughty and plus being disrespectful? And after a few minutes he came, oh Mawla, yes, I was disrespectful. So now do the sajda, a shukr, and then do the tawbah. In Allah's code, you will never do this thing to your parents. And he promised. So then Imam said, okay, you leave the room. Then the second one, I heard that you are dumb. You don't apply your brain. And you know what he said? Imam said, my mom. He looked at her and then Imam realized it. He is not ready to speak in front of his elder brother. Imam said, hey, the eldest one, you leave the room. Okay, he left the room. And then he saw here and there, nobody. And he said, Mawla, can I get close to you? Yes. Is anyone listening me? Imam said, no. Me and you only? You can talk to me? Sure. Imam said, yes. You know, Ma, why I am dumb? My mom doesn't like me because I'm slow in learning. And she treats me as the same as my other brothers. Please tell her I love her so much. I'm fighting with myself. I want to be like my other brothers. Then Imam kissed him and hugged him and said, let's do sajda together. We pray to Allah. Allah will increase your learning style and you will not be a dumb, but make me a promise. What, Mawla? Allah will cure your learning, but you need to do one promise. One, don't sleep at the time of the Fajr prayer. When the Fajr prayer is coming, don't sleep. You know, when you keep sleeping at the time of the Fajr prayer and you don't get up and you don't get ready for the Fajr Salah, the angels will come and take complaints in the court of Imam. Is this your Shia? He's sleeping and Allah is saying, get up for the Fajr prayer and you're still sleeping. So that's why this may be the sign of a punishment. Your learning is going down. And then he promised, Mawla, I will do this thing. And Imam said, you will feel the change. Go from the room and send your elder brother. So the elder brother came and he was very intelligent. And he was showing off to Mawla. He was trying to show, Mawla, I'm very good. I'm getting good grades. I'm bringing good grades from madrasa. My teachers are happy. Imam was listening. And then suddenly Imam said, do you think you are an intelligent person? He said, yes, Mawla, my parents say, my teachers say. Imam replied, I don't think so, you're intelligent. How come, Mawla? I'm intelligent. Imam said, okay. Do you remember how to walk with the parents? Or do you know how to walk with the parents? No, Mawla, I never thought like that. So how come you're intelligent if you don't know a simplest thing, that how you can walk with your parents? If a person who is walking in front of parents, he is disliked by Allah. Your parents are the guardian. You need to follow the footsteps of your parents. Your fourth Imam used to be reluctant on the food mat until every elder person takes the food. That was the lesson for you. You may be intelligent, but you're not following the moral values of Ahlul Bayt. And this makes you only intelligent only for yourself, not for the community. So you need to be intelligent for the community by respecting your parents. This is the role of the youth. We can learn from the Karbala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us understanding, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we request you for the sake of Ahlul Bayt, make us the purest, the follower of Imam of our time. Take away all wrath, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from our parents, from our family, from our madrasa, from our community. and turn us as a good follower of the messenger of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, create our friendship with the holy book of Quran. Even I don't know how to recite it, but I still make a covenant here in the court of Imam. I will at least open the holy book every day, even for the one verse, even for the two verse. Oh Allah, you have given me my parents. Before I go to school and college, I will touch the feet of my mom. I will touch the feet of my father for the sake of blessing, as your second, third, fourth Imam used to do this thing. Your third Imam said, I don't like that house where the youngsters are there and they don't touch the feet of their parents. Allah will take away the blessings from that house. Your immediate source of blessing are your parents. Don't forget them. Don't be unblessed. Allah, we are seeking a guidance from you. Being a follower of Ahlul Bayt, even if we are going towards the wrong side, give us a courage so we can come back onto the positive side. Oh Allah, include us according to the Quran, Kunu ma sadiqin, with those who are the truthful one. We don't want to be with the tyrant, with the zalimin. And zalimin doesn't mean that people who curse on other people. There are 7 different definitions of zulm. If a person is away from the righteousness, he's a zalim. If person is away from the command of parents, he's a zalim. If person is away from the command of Ahlul Bayt, he's a zalim. And if a person is away from moral values, he's also zalim. So we all need to think, are we zalim? Oh Allah, don't make us zalim. Make us with the mazloom of Imam Hussain salam. Say Surah Al-Fatiha for the support and good life of your parents. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much for listening, and request to the teachers, if there is a question from the daughter side of you, so please, house is open.